All writing is really just simple math. It's equations, right? Like this: x plus y equals z. Subject plus verb equals a complete thought. It's also simple geometry. 3 basic shapes: the line, the circle, and the triangle. Let's take a look at those shapes and how they apply to composition. Straight lines show a simple progression from one event or idea to the next and the next and the next, till you reach the end. Circles show repeating patterns. Every phenomena in life actually, is really just a series of recurring events. One pattern of events repeats with different specifics again and again. Then the triangle. The most interesting dynamics seem to happen in threes, revealing sturdiness but also tension. Once you find the right shape for your piece, it's simple to figure out what fragments of writing, what paragraphs or collections of paragraphs, go where. The process works like this. First, compose sentences line by line. Then, compose paragraphs that express and develop just one idea at a time. Then, label paragraphs with tabloid headlines. Then, organize paragraphs into clusters. In a piece running 2,000 to 3,000 words, you might use a dozen clusters of paragraphs, each cluster dealing with a distinct moment or issue. In The Red Badge of Courage, Stephen Crane wrote about 15 short fragments, each with a different idea. Then he pulled them together into a complete cluster of these pieces, in this case, a chapter. He did this for every chapter. He created a bunch of short fragments, scenes and other information, and then arranged them into a complete whole. Every chapter raises and resolves an issue and opens new questions to be resolved. Finally, the last stage of the process is to organize clusters into a complete whole. You can start with a straight line, which talks about just one thing after another. Take a look at the following passage from Stephen Crane's The Red Badge of Courage and see how he organizes the whole book as a straight line. He starts with the soldier Henry Fleming joining an army with enthusiasm, but then he flees in cowardice. AWOL, Henry encounters other units, gets attacked, and decides to return to his unit. Then he proves his mettle in battle, but overhears a commander criticizing his unit. Then, as he's growing, he leads his men into battle against a withering attack, causing the enemy to flee. Stuck in a dreary reign, Henry realizes he has grown beyond his youthful naivete and cowardice. That's a straight line, a straight chronology. But the book also uses a circle. We see Henry's recurring battles with his own sense of self, we see him interacting with the other soldiers in his unit, and you see his growing ability to rise to the occasion. Each passage goes through this cyclical movement. We also see a lot of triangles in this story. On one corner is Henry and his limited abilities, but also with his capacity to grow. On another corner, we see Henry's colleagues and superiors, and on a third corner, we see the Confederate units in battle. Now it's your turn. Tell your own story using the 3 shapes. Use a straight line to tell your story chronologically, use circles to show the recurring cycles of ideas, and use triangles to show relationships between yourself and 2 other elements.